It's a psychological test. This test, it's to see if you're brainwashed enough, I don't know, if you're a good soldier.
Better than ever. How does that make you feel? Relieved, I guess. And now, for your reward.
What?
Daughter, would you please choose the next member of our family?
What? No, because she succeeded to that test, or no, because you're afraid of her leaving and you want for her to stay for her brother or her sister?
Your brother is the first of many, daughter. Soon, we'll welcome more.
So, doesn't look the same, no? What did I say? At some point we had a baby number 2 and number 1, like... Knew it! What did she do with the 2 first babies? Oh, so it was not you. Bones. You're gonna find bones. But I'm wondering now. It was this little girl, it was number 2. What about number 1?
If we leave, how long would it take to get to the mines? Not even a day.
The fact that you look like each other. You look like each other and really that parallel? Are you number 1?
Once Mother hands over the baby for the night, we can leave while she recharges. They come back with the others. Your heart is racing. Is it? You have nothing to be nervous about. I hope so. How long does it keep? Only 24 hours, so don't mix too much at once. How long outside a refrigerator? It depends on the temperature. Mother?
Oh no. She guessed.
Anything catches on, we're no good to anyone, including your brother. We have to go now.
I knew you were listening.
Where are the mines?
Good job.
Your loyalty's lost on her, daughter. This woman doesn't care about any future but her own. Open the door. Don't move.
I'm not sure she cares about her daughter leaving, you know? For her it's the same, they're outside, they're dead.
Come on. We gotta keep moving. Is that where you got shot? Come on. We gotta go. Now.
Oh. But I don't understand why robots would cultivate that. They are not eating.
How many do you think will go back with us from the mines?
We'll know soon enough.
Oh fuck. It's the first time that you see the ocean, right? It's always a big thing the first time. The dog? Someone who has a dog, who is taking care of a dog during the end of the world, can only be someone good.
I fled the tunnels years ago. I haven't seen a person since. Now a flash on my bones. I never should have left.
Your
You did
brother?
everything you could. What I did was listen to you.
She wanted a family and you're offering her nothing.
Okay. We have to go back.
We can't.
Everything you need is here.
I don't know about that.
You can trust me.
She wants back. It's not mother, it's her brothers and sisters.
I want to speak to Mother.
What? You were protecting the place? So it was not a human mission, it was a droid mission? And maybe the first time it was the same, the droids let her come? I don't know.
I want to see him.
Then come. See.
I think that maybe this entire experiment, it was for
Merely protection.
daughter to become a mother? I don't know.
Can be. But you're superior in every way. Because I raised you to be.
Why?
To make a better human. Smarter. More ethical. I couldn't stand by and watch humanity slowly succumb to its self-destructive nature. I had to intervene. To elevate my creators.
Those droids destroyed everything.
More humans will flourish in the new world than ever perished in the old. Perfect, isn't he?
And he's not.
You're gonna abort that mission?
Your own children. Because I didn't measure up. I won't let you hurt your daughter.
Uh-oh. These ones are coming? Because mother is in danger?
Call them off.
You will achieve nothing by shooting me, daughter. This shell is no more my body than those droids outside.
Your
Although
old
she
one?
means preparing the earth for our family.
I guess that, you know, with the corn, all of that, you're preparing things for that future humanity. You're really gonna be a... Don't.
You're still my daughter.
I know.
If you ever need to find me,
I won't.
goodbye, daughter.
You're letting her, you know, kill you? Because if she was ready to sacrifice herself for her brother, it means that she's gonna be a perfect mother. Oh! To find you?
Did you really think she'd stay here? That you could replace her mother? Tell me, do you remember your mother? Curious, isn't it? That you've survived so long where others have not.
She's number one!
Someone's had a purpose for you.
She's number one.
Until now.
You had a purpose for her to be that person for your daughter. To test her. I think that it was one.
Baby mine, don't you cry. Don't you mind what they say, baby of mine.
The end. She was raised to be a good mother. She was raised to come back to save our brother, to think that family is the most precious thing, to fight for other human beings than herself. She was raised to be a good mother. She was raised also to be a good soldier. All of these psychological dilemma, for example the one about the doctor and the patients, if you have to sacrifice one to save four, would you do it? Even if it means to kill one. When you are a doctor and you are supposed to save lives, I think that all of these psychological dilemmas, all of these exams, it was to test if she was a good soldier, if she was truly thinking like the droid, meaning that right there she's all by herself, they are letting her be all by herself with her brother, with all of these embryos. Are you gonna raise them well to be like you, the best human beings according to the droids? And if at some point they're not, are you gonna be able to do what you need to do, meaning to kill one because it would mean to let alive the other ones because they're not gonna be killed by the droids, and also because they're not gonna kill themselves, because it's what the future is gonna be. If you're letting that one live, is gonna pollute, you know, the mind of the other ones. Do you understand what I mean? Like right there, they raised her to be a good mother for sure, and I think that why at the end mother is sacrificing herself, itself, and I was gonna say the droids all of them, but in fact it's just one, but you've got what I meant. I'm gonna say the droids. I think that they are letting her alive right there because they know that she's gonna be a good mother, she's gonna protect her kids, her brothers and sisters, no matter what, and that right there she was ready to sacrifice herself for that. So she really proved that she can be a good mother. But I think that why you tested her with that? You tested her with that because you thought first that she was a perfect soldier. She managed to have all of her exams before that. She was never, an aborted mission. She always obeyed, believed into you. And more than that, during all of these exams, which were in fact not about real knowledge but about psychological dilemmas, she was thinking like you. She was thinking, reacting, taking decisions like the droids. The droids, their things is the fact that outside they destroyed all of the human beings and inside they are trying to create the best human being, meaning the one who is gonna think like them, who is gonna be careful about not creating a situation where you can kill each other, you can think only for yourself, you need to think as a family. Do you understand what I mean? Like, she qualified at the end to be a mother, but they let her qualify to be a mother because before that she qualified herself to be a good soldier and to think like them. And that's why at the end when she has that look, I'm not taking it as a look like, that's it, I have all of these embryos right there, I'm gonna raise all of my brothers and sisters, I'm gonna go at war against the droids. I'm not taking it like that at all. I'm taking it truly as the same look than mother, the droid. Do you understand what I mean? I'm wondering if some people, and I think that a lot of people maybe took that final moment, that look at the end, as the look of someone who is ready to fight and to, to find a way to destroy the droids and all. But not at all. I didn't take it like that at all. Do you understand what I mean? Tell me, what did you think about it? This end, the first time that you saw it, I'm really wondering about it. Oh, and for me, the other woman, like, it's disturbing for me because no one had a name. It was really mother, daughter, the other one. So the other one, I think that it was number one. Because we saw number two, that little girl who was killed. But we didn't see anything about number one. So I think that number one, it was the other one. And that's why at the end, when the droid is coming to her, telling her, don't you find that a little weird that you survived to everything? Maybe we let you alive, for a certain purpose. Yes, you let her alive for that. For creating that temptation moment for daughter to go out there, to stay out there. She was really created to be that temptation. And that's why she doesn't remember her real mother. And I think also that all of her memories at the mines and all were created. She said that she left the mines a long time ago. I think that she was never at the mines. She was put out there into that place since the beginning, letting her without any memory. And yes, they needed another human being to test their daughter. And now that they don't need her anymore, they can kill her. And that one was never a good soldier, so really, they don't need her alive at all. Do you understand all of what I think right there? Like, the other one, Hilary Swank, she was number one. They raised her during a certain time and they didn't care about making her a good soldier or not. So when she was old enough, they erased all of her memories and they put her out there to be at some point useful for them. And during all of that time, they didn't kill her. And that's why during all of that time, she survived living all by herself. And that's why she managed, to walk, to travel all of that space all by herself, not being attacked. That's why she managed to arrive at this place without the droids, stopping her, because they recognized her as number 1. They tried to raise number 2 as a good soldier. It was a failure. They killed number 2. They raised number 3 to be a good soldier. It was a success. When they saw that she was responding to all of these psychological dilemmas and questions as they would, that she really thought of things like them, they decided that it was a good time to make that test that they prepared, including number 1. And because you succeeded to that test, meaning that you came back to save your brother, and that's why also mother, she accepted for you to live, because also that was part of the test. Like, you succeeded to that test, so you showed that you can be a good soldier and a good mother. And that's why truly at the end, they are letting you right there in, because they know that you can be a good soldier and a good mother. They are counting on you to raise good soldiers. And I'm thinking of soldiers, really, people thinking like them. And if not, they're gonna kill them. The fact that out there they destroyed everything and now they are recreating everything to be prepared for the new humanity to come, with all of these cornfields, like, you have to imagine that into their mind it's something like, okay, humans, they need to eat, so we're gonna occupy an entire country just with things to have food, and we're gonna put the new humanity in another country. That's it, one country for food, one country for something, one country for something, and everyone into that other country. Like, it's really a way to think like that. But yes, for me at the end, still the conclusion is the fact that daughter, she accepted that fate, For me, she's gonna go with it. I don't think, that she can be something like, you think that I can be a good soldier for you, but in fact I'm gonna do something against you, I'm gonna raise all of my brothers and sisters to be a good army against you. I don't think that it was that kind of look. It could be great if I'm wrong, because it would mean that we're gonna have I Am Mother number 2. It could be great, if I'm wrong, because it would mean that we're gonna have a second movie. But at the same time, I'm not sure. And I'm disturbed, also by the brother and sister thing. Because really, number 1 and number 3, they really looked like each other. So it's making me think that they are sharing the same DNA. Which means that right there, the brother is sharing the same DNA with number 3. Logically, they are created to repopulate the world. I'm not sure about having only people who are sharing the same DNAs. Or if not, they are sharing the same DNAs. No matter what, I'm not sure about people considering themselves as brothers and sisters repopulating the world. It's not gonna create a good base, a good thing at the beginning for the new humanity, incest, all of that. I'm sorry. That was a good movie. For a lot of things, like the fact that it was into a closed space, how much I love that. All of the things, about the end of the world, what is truly happening outside, all of the things about who is lying, who is trying to manipulate who can you trust and all, and the fact that we could put ourselves really into the shoes of number 1 and also number 3. So that was truly interesting, really well done, really well written. It was well done also on screen, the pictures were really great, truly. We had some moments, some really good pictures. About the world outside, how it looks like, you know, now that it's the end of the world. For that, I'm not convinced, you know, by the special effects, like we could see, we could feel that it was not real, that it was really done into a green place. But for all of the rest, you know, all of really the thing into, I don't know how to say it, the block, like the thing, for all of that, it was well done. And these two actresses were really great. Really, really great. They took me with them, you know, I was really involved into it. You know what I told you in the intro, that I was dealing with some issues. I mean, my sister is dealing with some issues, and because of that, it was gonna be a little rough for me at the beginning to be fully focused on the story, but I knew that it would come. In fact, it came really early, you know, really quick into the story, because it's a really good one. It was really, really well written. It's cool. You know, I would advise to people to watch this movie. And that's the kind of movie also, and also that's the kind of movies that you want to rewatch at least a second time to have more clues, you know, about stuff, to try to understand things more, to be sure also about your conclusion. Because right now I have my conclusion, but maybe, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of people have a different one, and it could be interesting to rewatch it and to try to have it also, you know, to try to understand both positions. Okay, it was cool. Really tell me what did you think about it the first time that you watched it, and tell me what do you think about my theory, how I see stuff. If you understand at least my thoughts, even if you're not sharing my theory. Okay, it's all for me and for you for today, so it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Hey.